Hey guys, once more. I think I'm caught up now. So I'm going to be talking and responding now to Mike's third lesson, specifically about the three perversions of the gospel. And I want to focus my comments on angels and Paul's warning that if an angel, even an angel, preaches to you a gospel contrary to what you have received, I mean, the gospel of Christ, let him be accursed. Joseph, you had said something about getting ready to speak some lessons about the effect of angels on people based on that passage in Jude. And there's really great insight. I think that's awesome. Something that occurred to me when you said that, it started this whole train of thought in my head. Angels in the Bible, in the Christian Bible, whenever they would show up, they would usually say one of two things outside of the message they were sent to communicate. They would either say, don't be afraid. It's almost like a calling card. Like the angel, every time they showed up, people would be afraid, and they would say, don't be afraid. So that's number one. But the critical number two that seems to happen whenever angels show up is a lot of people who see the angels will fall to their knees, both in fear and in worship. And the angels in the Christian Bible are always very careful to say, whoa, 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 don't worship me. Do not worship me. Get up, get up. I am just a messenger. They're very clear to rectify that and make sure that people understand it. So now, when Mike asked about false gospels, I want to tie that into angels because I don't know if you guys have noticed, I've thought about this for many years, but almost every false religion that I can think of is founded by or influenced by angelic contact with human beings, one way or the other. So let's look at Mormonism. Joseph Smith got a message from the angel Moroni, who gave him new information about supposedly the gospel that created the books of Mormon. I'm being very generic here, by the way, in my description, so forgive me if you're an expert on these subjects. Islam. Muhammad was contacted by an angel who gave him instructions on what the truth was about religion. Jehovah's Witnesses. Jehovah's Witnesses, even though they claim to worship Jesus, they actually believe that Jesus and the archangel Michael are one and the same. Similarly, back to Mormonism, the Mormons believe that Lucifer and Jesus are actually brothers, and they were both created by God as brothers. That's a scary thought. The Seventh-day Adventists, one of their co-founders, I believe her name was Ellen White, if I had that right. I could have it wrong. She was said to be in constant contact with an angel who gave her information that founded the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Let's look at Catholicism. Catholicism not only has elevated the worship of Mary, which is not an angel, but she does appear apparently often as in supernatural revelations to people throughout the years. Medjugorje, Garabandal, the one back in the 1900s with the sun signs, I can't remember the name. Oh, Fatima. And so there are apparitions, and they highly venerate the archangel Michael, and they get new insights, new truths, even though the Bible says the book is closed. And you can even look at things like Buddhism or Hinduism, that even though they don't say direct contact with supernatural beings or angels, they both have elements of that, especially Hinduism does. And interestingly enough, both Buddhism and Hinduism rose up about 200 years or so after the Tower of Babel, with the mix-up of languages and the dispersion of all those people. Well, the people that built the Tower of Babel were very likely coming off of whatever remnant information and teachings were from the mystery religions of the time before the flood that may have been taught by the fallen angels who came down to mate with the daughters of men in Genesis 6. And that would be Satan and his buddies. And so these guys would have taken that pagan religion with all these different deities and ideas and enlightenments, and about 200 years later, they both sprang out into existence and were heavily influenced by these kinds of teachings. So it is interesting that I think that that might be one of the reasons why Paul specifically singles out angels, because yes, people are afraid of them, but there are good angels and there are bad angels. And had people been paying more attention to that, the world would have spared a lot of pain from teachings of Muhammad and Mormonism and so on and so forth. So that's my thought, guys. All right, I'm caught up. Bye-bye.